Very good. Well, we are the waste reduction and recycling team. The big new part of our team is the growing importance of organics. So, um, so we are starting some exciting things in composting that I'll be mentioning a little bit later. As Joanna said, she is our new head of the waste team or the trash team or whatever you want to call us. Gary Carroll, me, and Tyler round out the team. So the programs that we run are the household hazardous waste collection events. We also run paint collection events, and then we have a year-round voucher program. So household hazardous waste are items that cannot go into landfills. And that is something that we have, that Erie County has provided as a service for our communities for a long time. We have a HHW event, which will be occurring on Saturday in Depew. And then we'll have the next one in September. We have a paint-only collection event, which will be June 7th. That's Saturday. And then the other thing that we have is a year-round voucher program, and that's with a contractor called Hazman. And what Hazman, you're able to call up Hazman, make a reservation, and they are there Monday through Saturday, and they will take 50 pounds worth of HHW, and the county will pay for the cost, so it's free for the residents. And this has proved to be really good for if you're cleaning out a house, cleaning out an apartment, moving, and it's not around one of our collection event times, then you can utilize the voucher program and do it on your own time. In terms of composting, we have a site at the Erie County Correctional Facility in Alden, and that's been going on for about 3 to 4 years. It was a little bit in hiatus during the COVID. But what they do is they collect from the correction facility, from the holding facility, and from the Rath building, and they are composting on site, and then the compost is used by the county, either at Parks and Rec or at for the tree program that they also run at the correctional facility. We also are promoting backyard composting. We do educational outreach, a lot of it through the University Express, and put on presentations on, how to compost, answer compost questions. And what we find is people just generally want to talk about it. So we have these great discussions with people on how and why to compost and what not to compost and what compost gone bad looks like. Every spring we hold a composter sale, and we just finished the sale. And so that's one thing that we do to provide a lower cost home composters for our residents. Other programs that we do are recycling education and outreach, and excitingly enough, we now have a compost education and outreach program as well. So we are out and about at all sorts of events or at schools, talking to people about different things. One of the newest things that we're working on is a battery education. Lithium ion batteries are being put either in garbage or recycling, which they should be in neither. And that can cause fires in trucks and then in the recycling facilities or in landfills. So one of our big initiatives for this year, starting this year, will be to try and educate people about where is the right place to take your batteries, and neither of which is your garbage or compost. And finally, something that we are starting up is a lending library of things, and we're doing this in conjunction with the main library. And there are some library branches that do have lending libraries of things, but they really didn't. A lot of it is sports equipment. And we decided to do some different things. So the lending library of things that we're starting up, we have like indoor air quality kits that people can take and check for radon or carbon monoxide, natural gas leaks, general air quality. And then we have other kits that people can take out of the library, which will be for home efficiency or energy efficiency, including thermal cameras and, finding, and then, if the electrical system is right, so you can test before you start taking plugs on and off and things like that. And then we have some party kits for people, so you can have a movie or watch a Bills game or something outside on a big inflatable screen, or get a popcorn machine and a karaoke machine and some lights and just have fun. So those are the kind of things that we've been working on. We do have a website, erie.gov/recycling. And this is obviously an earlier grab on that, but we have most of our information up there, and it's a way to get to all of our events. For our household hazardous waste collections, if you've been around here long enough, you know that they used to just be come one, come all. It would be advertised on TV beforehand, and thousands of people would show up, and we would manage the thousands of people, and people would wait in line for a long time, sometimes 2 or 3 hours. We decided to stop that. So what we do now is we get reservations and have about 15 to 25 cars every 15 minutes come through, so that hopefully if everything's working right, nobody has to wait very long. And common HHW that we see a lot of are pesticides, pool chemicals, automotive fluids, batteries, and cleaning supplies. I mentioned the voucher program earlier, and this is Hazman, and they're in Tonawanda. It is a really good program, and residents seem to like it. There is also a at your door program that some of our communities, specifically in the South towns, are now working with waste management on, and they actually will pick up hazardous materials, HHW, electronics, and paint beside your door after you make a reservation with them, and they send the correct labels and bags out for that. So that's another great program that's being offered by some of our communities, and I think that that's something that's going to take off in future years. Another thing that we offer is, and this is, a lot of it is for schools, is we have, before our HHWs, we usually have a day where conditionally exempt small quantity generators can come and drop off their HHW. It is not a free program, but it provides an economy of scale. And it's a time when schools can come and get rid of the chemicals and pesticides and things like that that they've found in the school that they don't want there anymore. So paint has changed in the last couple of years. We have something now in New York State called the EPR, Extended Producer Responsibility. And what's happened is that all the paint manufacturers got together and hired a company called Paint Care. And Paint Care manages the collection and recycling of paint. And they do this utilizing a 95-cent fee, which is now tacked onto all new gallons of paint to pay for it. Our best partner at Paint Care is Sherwin-Williams. Lowe's and Home Depot do not take paint back, even though they're major paint sellers. But you can take up to 5 gallons to Sherwin-Williams, and they will take that for free. We do sponsor paint collection events with a company called Green Sheen, and Green Sheen actually makes a recycled paint, and they partner with us because they are looking for raw material that they can then make their paint off of. So it's been a great relationship for us. We're going on 2 years with that, and we do have a collection event on June 7th. Oops. So we are continuing to compost. It's kind of basic right now. We are doing windrow composting at the county facility. We are hoping to add in some static piles. We have some grant applications either in process or that we've sent in. So we are hoping to upgrade, and then we would also like to open the compost site up to nearby communities. So that would be a place where they could, if they want to start a program for their residents and maybe have some collection sites, they could take it to the facility, to our compost facility. So we're figuring out with the correctional facility what's the best way to do that. And it looks like we would have a dumpster outside the fence line that would be then brought in the fence line, checked for objects, and then the compost would be brought back. So we are looking forward to that. And another program is we are looking for communities who would like to work with us, who would like to have drop-off composting in drop-offs for food scraps so that the food scraps can be composted. And it's a great way to get the food leaders in your community thinking about food waste not going in the garbage, and food waste instead becoming food scraps and then becoming compost. So we are in the process of identifying communities, and we're going to do some really interesting things with this project. We're going to train and empower volunteer leaders from your community to be compost champions. And then we're going to also do a organics management plan for your community, so you really know how much, besides food scraps, have an idea of leaves and shrubs and trees and everything else that is moving through your community and where it goes to. So we think that that's going to be a interesting project for us, and an interesting project for the communities that we're able to work with. So we're in our busy season. We have events for the next 2 weeks, and then we'll actually be at Juneteenth helping with recycling and trash collection there, and we are going to be helping them with more recycling and sustainability and waste prevention activities in the future. And then we, except for being at festivals and things like that, we are taking the summer off for HHWs and paint collections, and then we will start up again in September and October. We do have a newsletter that goes out to about 9,000 of our closest friends, and some of you may get it as well. And that showcases our programs, sales, and events. And if you'd like to sign up for our newsletter, please go to erie.gov/recycling and join our mailing list. And we would love you to be part of our list and be in the know. One thing that we do have is we have a helpline. We have an HHW information line to answer questions, but we also register people who are not computer savvy online for all of our events. By phone. So we are able to get back to people within a day or two, and a lot of our communities send people to us because they don't know the answers to the questions, and then we try to figure out where does this particular waste go to and why, so that we can give good answers. We are available for your festivals, and we do have presentations that we can give on composting, recycling, household hazardous waste, and we also run the Home for the Gnomes pesticide-free lawns program. So if you'd like us to come to your community, just give us a call and we can schedule you in. And this is all of us. Does anybody have any questions about this presentation?